Hello YouTubers. Well, as old people seem to be sort of a hot topic at the moment, as more and more of us still stay alive and the population is aging and all the problems that we cause everybody. But I wonder if the next generation will live as long as we have. I suspect that they will, but I wonder if the fact that a lot of us are living to an old age has some relationship to the healthy lifestyle that we were forced, I suppose, to live when we were children. Um, I guess that with the advances of medical science and all the diseases that have been eliminated because of inoculations and vaccinations, and the better housing conditions that we have all enjoyed as time has gone on, has of course been a big factor. But I do believe that the lifestyle that we led as children does have a factor, and of course, as I say, it was forced upon us. We didn't know that we were living a healthy lifestyle. We just put up with whatever, however the cookie crumbles, as they say. But I know that as a child, even as a child of, I think, about 7, when I moved away from a catchment area of the primary school that I went to, that I had to walk to school at the age of 7 for about 2 miles. And of course, then later on, as one grew up and went to a secondary school, in my case it was 4 miles away, so you had to cycle there, which meant 16 miles a day. And when you came home, there wasn't any real way of having any meaningful entertainment in the house. One had a radio, and that was about all, and even that you only used very sparingly because it was operated by a battery that you had to go and get charged. You could play board games and cards and things, and of course as children you were very happy in your home. But I remember most of my time was spent outside with my mates, and then when outside with your mates you were always running about and cycling about. And I remember in the summertime we spent all of the summer swimming in the river, which meant a cycle ride of many miles. I can't remember how many. And also, of course, the restricted diet that we had. Oh, as kids, if we could have got access to chocolate and all the stuff, I'm sure we would just be like any other kids. We would have lapped it up, but we didn't have the availability of those things, and the wartime diet was very, very restrictive. Certainly, I don't know, something like about 1 ounce of butter per week and half a pound of sugar per person per week, and very restrictive. So you didn't have access to all of the dietary things that might have done you harm. And I think it was only when the Americans came over during the war that we were introduced to some of the sort of candy that they dished out to us, which of course was very nice. But it was a very restricted diet, and it was a healthy diet, I think, because we had to basically live off the land, I suppose, in that everybody was encouraged to dig for victory and dig their gardens up and produce their own vegetables, and you might be allowed to have chickens or a pig, and you could eat that, but you fed on apples, pears and plums from trees, and things from the hedgerow, and therefore I think it did become a very, very healthy diet without a lot of sort of the fatty and rich products that we might have today. So I think we did benefit from that, and I think it might be a factor in our long levity. But who knows? And I wonder if the next generation will will live as long. I should think it's quite likely they will live as long and probably be even more of a burden than we are, because with the advances of medical science, I mean, we can now be kept alive even though we have suffered sort of diseases and conditions which years ago would have killed us. But it's just a thought, and 5 minutes has gone, so I guess that's got to be about all. But maybe I can tell you some more stories about childhood and the conditions we had. But until next time, goodbye.